On this episode of The Local Click, I hope you're hungry because we're going to be talking food with Matthew Jamies from Randolph's 1320 restaurant in Watertown. And we'll have another visit from a DTC employee that I know you're going to want to watch. A guy that's been here a long time, great guy, Mr. Tim Cantrell will be here sharing some of his tidbits throughout the years with DTC. Of course, Justin's here. We got some new segments coming up for this month I think you're going to enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned.
Learn more about fun local events and interesting people throughout the heart of Middle Tennessee with a dash of everyday tech talk thrown in for good measure. The Local Click starts now.
Welcome, everyone, to The Local Click. The Local Click is the technology-based podcast brought to you by DTC Communications each and every month, where we talk all things technology and local people. And back with me again this month, my friend Justin Malden. Hello, Justin. How's it going today?
It is going well. It's much warmer in here than it is outside.
Yes. What do you think about all this ice and snow that we've been around recently?
Well, considering it has been named Snowmageddon, Snowpocalypse, Snow Cyclone, the snow part would have been great.
Yeah.
If it was just snow. The mixture of ice and the other weather that we got with it, not so much. But I can tell you, in our neighborhood, it was thoroughly enjoyed. I think there's still 5 sleds in my yard from the neighborhood kids utilizing my yard and my hill to sled and to have a good time. So it's been fun. It's been enjoyable. I only fell about 78 times probably during the process. No injuries though.
Hey, well, that's good.
So nothing significant. So I can look back and laugh at it. You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So how about you though? What have you thought about it?
Well,
you enjoyed it?
It's been okay. I don't know if I'd say enjoy. I enjoyed the threat of 19 to 24 inches of snow that was called for, but because I like snow, that quickly went into the ice territory, and the snow was just downgraded a whole lot just based on where the line was. So yeah, that kind of made it not so fun, to be honest with you. That was more of a hindrance than something to look forward to. So
did you see the images out of Greenville, North Carolina over the past week?
No, I did not.
They did get up to 20 inches of snow.
Really?
I'm not a meteorologist, but they had an Arctic blast that came down, and it combined with some of the Gulf Stream air, the warm air, and they had snow in the Outer Banks.
Really?
Yes. So they even had snow. They had lots of it. I know it's going to get warm, so I don't think it's going to stick around too much for them. But snowing there is a rarity, period. Snowing 20 inches, they will probably never see that again.
I think you're right. They probably hope they don't. That's probably not something they signed up for. So
yeah, I mean, we get some snow here, and when we had the initial forecast, like you said, I was looking forward to the snow aspect.
Yeah,
like you said,
that's kind of the way I was.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah,
we can build snowmen, and we can do all. No, there was no snowmen built. I don't know if I haven't seen.
No, I don't think it was in the cards.
Yes, yeah. The type of weather that we ended up getting was not conducive for that, but it made for some great sledding. Let me tell you, it was some epic sledding.
And no brakes on the sleds, though, is there? That's how they ended up in your yard, right?
Well, they ended up in the yard. They ended up in the creek on the property a few times because they literally couldn't stop. They couldn't bring themselves to stop. But hey, it was fun. The kids enjoyed it. Thankfully we didn't have, at least in our area. I know some others weren't as fortunate, but we didn't have power outages. There's significant power outages and things like that. And I know those to the north of us and those to the west of us are still dealing with it even today. I know they're wrapping it up finally.
It's made me want to take a closer look to how prepared I am for an event like this in case we did have a power outage for a long period of time. And
I live in what I'm going to start referring to as Generator City because we all had our generators out leading into the storm, testing them. We were all on the same page, making sure that we had power. We didn't need them, but just in case.
Well, it's going to be a good show this month. We're going to do things a little bit different, and I'm kind of looking forward to some new segments. How about you?
Hey, let's mix it up. I don't think what we were doing was stale by any means, but hey, it's breathing some fresh air, into things. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, we'll continue with our interviews, and we'll be speaking with a great DTC employee, one of my favorite people to work with here at DTC, Mr. Tim Cantrell. He's the Outside Plant Supervisor, and he'll be joining us in a moment. He's got a lot of great stories because he's been here for 30 years. So
listen, Tim has been here for a long time. Everybody knows Tim.
Everybody knows Tim.
So we both live in different service areas within DTC, and everybody, no matter where you're at, we're in Woodbury today. Doesn't matter if you're in Cannon County, doesn't matter if you're in DeKalb County, doesn't matter if you're in Smith County or the Watertown area. Everybody knows Tim.
Yep.
And they know him in a good way.
That's right.
They know his name means something, and that's pretty special.
Yep. I'm glad that he was able to peel away long enough. He's so busy. I'm glad he's able to peel away long enough to be with us, to let us talk with him today. But we'll be speaking with him here in just a moment. But first, I always love talking about food. It's just something I enjoy talking about. I think you may enjoy it a little bit too, but it's time to talk to somebody that really knows food and knows it well, and that's Mr. Matthew Jamies with Randolph's 1320 Restaurant in Watertown. Now, I hope you're hungry. If you're not, you soon will be, because straight out of Watertown from Randolph's 1320, we're lucky to have Matthew Jamies and Amberly Stewart.
Hello.
And they're going to tell us all about their great food and restaurant that they have going on there in Watertown. By the way, when I say great, I mean it, because I've been there, and the food was fantastic.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
You guys
It's been
do
a
such a
lot
great
of
job.
work.
Tell everyone more about you and your ties to Watertown, and what led you there.
After my dad passed away, my brother-in-law's dad passed away about a year later. We went to Kentucky for a funeral. I'd been at the police department for years, and I was kind of ready to get out of it, and just wanted to start a family and didn't want to do it in Florida. So about 18 years ago, came up here, found a farm. About 6 months later, I was driving around. We ended up buying that farm, and we just got lost, turned around in the driveway. Like I said, about 18 months later, we came back. The realtor passed the farm. We pulled into the driveway that I had originally turned around in, and I was like, well, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
I was going to say, that was meant to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we ended up out off Statesville Road, and been here for almost 18 years now, not planning on going anywhere.
Hey, it's a beautiful part of the country.
So, and I brought my sister-in-law up to do her thing. So
how are you liking the area?
I love it. Compared to Florida, it's quiet. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
When the old Nona Lisa building came up for sale after it had been closed all that time, just really, I called them, brought them up, or my cousin Tim, and we went in, and I completely gutted the building, left 3 walls, and took the roof off, all 5 roofs, and put everything back the way that my dad would have wanted it. And that was a big thing, that if I was going to put his name on it. And
that was going to be one of my questions. So that's your dad's name,
Randolph,
in the title. Okay.
Yes. And 1320 is the number of feet in a quarter mile. So I grew up drag racing with my dad on the racetrack, traveling all over. It was a great way to be raised. Dad pulling in an old junk car at 14. I couldn't even touch the pedals. Yank the seat out, weld the seat in, and hey, son, let's go to the track. So, old Maverick, you think 56 miles an hour in the quarter mile, you think you're flying, and then later on in life, you find out what flying really is.
Yeah.
Watertown is an excellent place. We have a very strong community.
Yeah.
It's amazing the number of people that come from Alexandria and Brush Creek, and even as far as Las Casas and Murfreesboro. We have one family that drives from Franklin once a month because they came out for a funeral. They still come back once a month to eat with us.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
those guys are great.
Means a lot.
Now, have you always wanted to be in the restaurant business, or?
Well, when I was in the military in D.C., I ran the golf shack, and we did this night golf thing. It's something that I enjoyed doing. I love food. You can tell by my size. I hate cooking.
I knew we'd get along great. I love food. Yeah.
Making sure we use clean ingredients. We use all traditional tallow. We use no seed oils in-house.
Okay.
It completely changes our cook style, changes our times. So it's
The flavor.
Our flavor profile is very, very well. We make not we. Amberly makes all of our seasoning profiles for our burgers and everything. So we take the time, and if we run low and we run out of something, we're just out until we cook it again.
That's what keeps that quality where you want it to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, have you always been interested in cooking and that sort of thing?
I have. When I was very young, the first thing I ever cooked my stepdad made me cook one of those Lipton instant packet soups.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
when the foam rises to the top?
Yeah.
I was obsessed. And from there on.
Another thing that I really enjoyed was the variety of the menu, especially you don't think about finding that kind of variety in some of the items you have on there in Watertown, Tennessee. It's such an awesome thing to experience, so close to home for me.
Yes, sir.
So was that a conscious thing to do to really work on the menu like that?
It was. When we had the building was tearing it down, Tim and I went around local spots. We're asking the regulars what they would like to see in the town. And we brought a lot of stuff from Florida too.
So that was part of the business model or business plan really from the beginning then.
And we rotate so many different specials. Emberly has a very, very strong tie to Louisiana themed food. That's one of the reasons our gumbo is next level. I'm the chili guy. So
yeah, he does make the chili. I don't make the chili.
You do get in there.
Hey, listen, I've been all over the world, and you know, you find a spice you like here, you find a spice you like there, and then you blend it. We do a non-traditional. It is very bold, very flavorful. It's a 3 meat, and people are just like, okay, I didn't know I was getting a meatball. I
want to try that. That sounds good.
We only run it during certain times.
Yeah.
We run it during the winter time.
I think you wanted to make it next week, huh?
Well, so one of our guys, he has this recipe that he does. We call it Miss Macy's Chicken and Dumplings, and it is so good. One of the things that we're getting ready to roll out is I'm going to say it.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
We're actually going to do our calzone chicken pot pie, which people are like, what?
Like a handheld chicken pot
Yeah,
pie.
yeah.
It is unbelievable. Take it from a fat guy that can eat. Okay. I mean,
Take your word for it.
I will break my carnivore diet when she's like, I'm going to roll this out. And I'm like, oh, yes, you are, because I will race the end of the track to get that one.
Oh, wow.
It is.
That does sound good.
Oh, it is bold, flavorful, so creamy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then with that house-made garlic confit that she does, that she puts on the crust, it is one of those things that you are just like, okay, if your taste buds don't slap the inside of your mouth, you're dead inside. That's all I'm telling you.
Well,
so
speaking of that and some of the items you have, what would you say are probably the most popular items on the menu?
Definitely our buffalo mac and cheese is one of the number one sellers. The buffalo chicken sandwich as well. I think everybody likes buffalo, but that chicken breast is like,
oh, wow.
This is big when it comes on the chicken sandwich.
We cut all our chicken fresh in house, so it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Personal favorite?
You know, I got to tell you, when we take that custom Italian sausage on that pizza and she takes those California blended tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not sweet. They come in naked, and then she uses that house confit on it. When I'm on bread, I'm not gonna lie. I get that
Guilty pleasure moment.
Oh man, I get that custom Cajun cream sauce on that pizza, and it is one of those things that just really sets it apart. Our Cajun pizza is probably one of my favorites.
Yes.
What about you? I mean, I know you're around the food all the time.
I know,
but
it's so
you've
hard.
got to have a favorite, though. I mean,
probably the fish tacos.
Oh, okay.
Go with those. Yeah. And I make house-made pickled onions to go on top, avocado, cilantro, lime crema.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
That sounds really good.
Very good.
Yeah, that pico de gallo that she puts on there.
Yeah, it's a mango and pineapple
jalapeno
pico.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we fry in-house. We order in raw corn chips, and then we fry those in-house.
Oh, wow. Is there an item, too, that people would be extremely surprised to hear about that you have there on the menu?
Our fried green tomatoes are definitely different.
Oh, wow. That sounds good. Yeah.
Yes.
I love funky.
Like a caprese salad, but fried. So we fry the green tomato, and then we have fresh sliced mozzarella that we also fry and stack it between. And I make a fresh pesto olive oil over the top and a balsamic glaze.
Ooh, that sounds really good. What about dessert? I mean, you can't have a meal like that and just go home. You've got to have dessert, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I will let Emberly tell you about the bourbon pecan mixture that she's working on right now for our cheesecake. It is one of our new items that we're getting ready to roll out.
Yes.
When it's ready, you'll see it on the menu, not till then, but as with everything
Coming
else,
soon.
When it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Emberly?
So it is going to be a bourbon caramel pecan cheesecake with a pecan graham crust.
Now, do you do a lot of cheesecakes?
We do. So right now we have a creme brulee cheesecake.
Okay.
And then we have the regular cheesecake.
Okay.
Right now. Also key lime pie and a chocolate cake.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah.
That Mississippi mud with the chocolate on top. Sweet people love it.
Yeah,
They're
you
like
can't
little
go wrong
chocolate
there.
brownie bites on the top.
I like the look of the place too, by the way. The decor, it's very different. It's got a unique vibe to it, I guess you might say.
So
Tried to go industrial.
Yeah, that's
So
the way I put it. I
the,
like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
the wood on the bar is actually from my farm, which used to belong to Cyril Harden. And the wood on the front of the bar is right at about 100 years old. It was cut off the farm on Rocky Branch. And when that old house was falling down, I went in, pulled all the lumber, gave it a light sand, and built the bar based off of
That's a
of
cool
that.
tie-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as our race theme, we have some quotes up on the wall. Some of our local artists in Watertown are absolutely amazing. So one of the guys that works for us, Macy, he is a phenomenal artist. Him and his partner
Yes,
are
he
just
is.
amazing. They do these dioramas that just are really mean something to them, you know. So they're doing all of our mural work, which we're in the process of finalizing right now. And
Well,
we
it
got
looks
some really cool
unique
stuff
when you
coming.
walk. It doesn't look like any other place, any other restaurant I've ever been in Watertown throughout many years. It really stands out as being unique and personable, and it's really your touch.
Yeah, so Amber Lee actually did the design for our neon on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Thank you.
She took some of the stuff that from our drag racing days
Yeah.
and kind of put that knife and fork on there, kind of
On the
let everybody
flags.
know.
Yeah, nice combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my dad used to, when we go to the racetrack as a kid, he would just roll out and we would like do hot dogs and different stuff at the racetrack. So it was like, if you're going to be there all weekend, you're not going to eat at the
Right.
gut shack up there and
Right.
get your burger.
Right.
So my dad was really big about making sure that we had really good stuff at the track. So, and some of that stuff transposed over and it was like, hey, really, Dad, this is one of my dad's. And she went in, took some of that stuff and just really made it her own. And we took that old building and like I said, I took it down to 3 walls. It took me almost 2 years.
It did. It was a
even
long
replaced
time.
the sidewalk in front of the building. We even put in a handicap ramp for all of our seniors because, our community's not getting any younger. So we actually have a handicap ramp from the road coming up. Everything's on 2% grade. We got the handicap bathrooms for everybody.
No, you did it right.
We've had so many new people come into town.
Yeah.
And
We have.
trying to our locals coming in, looking at some of the stuff on the menu and going, I've never had this before. This is completely different. And then our military guys, we have a 501c3 outside of town that does a hunt for all of our DAVs. So that's a really big thing for me. I'm a disabled veteran myself.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things like the guys know. It's like, look, you're done hunting. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair, walker, whatever the case may be. We got a spot for them just in the back where all of our veterans can come in, feel comfortable. And if they need to sit outside because they're feeling a little PTS, go sit outside, brother.
Yeah.
We'll bring it to you.
Well, by the way, thank you for your service. to
I
our
appreciate
country. Tell us how, just like you said, how has that influenced your military service? How has that influenced the way you run your business?
Well, I realized the inefficiency of government and decided I wouldn't do anything governmental inside
Just
of
do
the
the
business.
opposite?
So I did the opposite. I was like, military efficiency, we can get stuff where it needs to go, but it's not very efficient sometimes. So, recognizing my shortfalls and the things I didn't know, and then bringing in my cousin who manages day to day, make sure our food costs are where they need to be.
Yeah.
Amber Lee, making sure our ingredients are top notch, no injected chickens, things of that nature. Realizing that those areas that I didn't have a lot of experience in. I'm really good at eating though. So, it was like, hey, make this, I'll eat it. I like it. Okay.
He likes the test runs.
So, and
It's not
like
a
I
bad
said,
job to have, is it?
it was, I used to live in DC, Fort McNair, Southwest DC. And, there's a lot of good times at the golf shack with all my buddies from the military.
Sure.
And it was like, hey, we used to use this. Let's try it. And so we kind of blended those ideas, brought them together, those old racetrack memories. And I tell people all the time, I had one of our gentlemen, Michael from Watertown, great guy. He's a MTSU alum. And he comes in and he goes, Matthew, I got a question. I was like, go ahead. He goes, are your fried green tomatoes as good as my daddy's?
Oh, yes, I remember.
And I looked at him and I said, let me tell you something. Our fried green tomatoes are second to none. I said, but I will not be able to compete with the memory you have of your daddy's fried green tomatoes.
Oh, I like that.
I said,
Yeah.
but you let me know. And he calls me back over about 30 minutes later and he goes, you were right. He goes, they were just as good as my daddy's. I said, well, I'm glad I could help you build a new memory. We have so many customers that come from Brush Creek out to see us.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, we've recently turned on our delivery. So we do 4 miles from the shop. So there's a lot of stuff happening in Watertown, and it is an absolutely fantastic community.
Now, speaking of community and the building, we were talking about that. Do you sometimes use your place for other events? Do people secure it for like wedding receptions and things like that? Or?
Funny you say that. We had a wedding reception that evidently had lost their venue, and they walked in. We said, "Hey, we got 32 people. Is there any way?" And we were like,
"Gotcha."
Yeah. And they said, "What can you do?" And so we literally took all of our outdoor dining tables,
Yes.
put them together. We were able to put our high tops at the end for the immediate wedding party. All the family was able to sit down, and they had an absolute blast. We stayed open an hour late for them.
Wow.
And we've done some special events on Monday when we're closed. So people have been like, "Hey, can we?" So what we do is we charge a fee. We make sure that they cover the employee cost, and then we'll do a set menu for them. Amberly's done some actual catering stuff where we've done stuff for the high school, for the bank, for the pizza.
Yeah.
But shout out to DTC. The other day, I could not remember the password for our guest Wi-Fi. So I literally had to call up, and within 30 seconds, they were like, "Here it is." And I'm like, "Thank you." And I tell the customer, I'm like, they're like, "We're not from here." And I'm like, "I get it. Cell service in Watertown, not the best." So we're actually able to get it within like 30, 45 seconds. A human answered the phone at a cable company. Can you believe it?
I'm not trying to brag on us, but that's one of the things that sets us apart, I feel like, is that real customer service when you need it and not having to be on hold forever or wait several days even to get a response.
The funniest part is when we were first getting the internet all put in and we were calling all the big companies and they were like, "Oh, it's going to be 2 weeks, it's going to be 3 weeks." And I called. You guys literally came out the same day and turned our cable on because we had our soft opening. And I totally had an oversight and forgot to schedule the cable.
Wow.
Well,
you guys absolutely saved my butt. Now, I'm using butt as a nice way to say it. But, I was stressing. I think it was 3 days before our soft opening.
Yes, I believe it was
and I
2
was
days.
like, I got to have you guys. And literally y'all came out the same day, replaced the whole wire across the street, and it was like, thank you.
Hey, I'm glad we could.
Yeah.
We're businesses helping businesses, right? That's what community, that's what these areas are about. We're trying to help each other. You guys are helping the people in the town have a nice place, safe place to eat, make memories, and we're trying to help you do that, help you stay connected so you can have that.
And that's one of the things, and it's not a plug because I'm on your show.
Well, I appreciate it.
That's 100% exactly how it went down. I was like, we've got to have a special internet for our POS system. It's got to have this secure router.
Yeah, I think it was like a couple hours. Separated. 3 guys showed up.
Yeah. And literally had us going. And it was like, thank you. You saved me.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, you guys really, in this day and age, you have to have that internet. You have to have that technology. You can't run a business like that, really, can you? Without it?
Yeah, we use the Toast system, which is it's actually a very expensive system, but it really helps streamline our ordering process.
Okay.
We have handhelds. We actually have one we can take out of the building so we can process our delivery on credit cards. They offer a
KDS
service.
Screens in the kitchen are a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can see right there.
Absolutely.
In the kitchen
as soon as it goes back, it fires right on a big screen. So
Wow.
Instead of reading the tiny print ticket.
We're still able to keep that small town, but bring in that level of technology to help us streamline because we cook everything from scratch. So being able to do it from a ticket's very difficult.
Right.
So, and it really helps us.
Well, if someone wants to learn more about the menu, about when you're open, hours, how, just kind of basically stay in touch with you guys.
I do run
What's
the
the best way to
Facebook
do
page
that?
as well.
So find you on Facebook?
Yes. It's
Okay.
Randolph's 1320 on Facebook.
Okay, so that's the best way to kind of...
I'm on there all the time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and if you want to do any online ordering, you can just type it into Google. You can go right to our Toast tab. You can pay for everything. Like I said, you can actually prepay and schedule it to pick up at 5:30 in the afternoon if you're coming back from Nashville and you're running late. We're getting ready to roll out a special
Mardi
New
Gras.
Orleans menu for our Mardi Gras.
Yep.
And we've got some stuff coming for spring that people will be absolutely shocked about. We're not even going to leak it because it is just one of those things that you're just going to have to see it to believe it. It's going to be
Give
awesome.
you a hint. You're going to have to do a stance when you eat it.
Okay, there you go. You heard it here.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks so much for being with us today. Good
Thanks for
luck on
having us.
everything.
We appreciate
And you'll see me soon.
see.
I'm ready to go
No
eat.
doubt, we see your
Absolutely.
shirts walking in the door all the
I
time.
know. We're trying to do our part, There's nothing
Absolutely.
the quality of the food.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate y'all sitting with us.
Everybody stay tuned. We got more coming up in just a minute.
Ooh, I'll get it. Grandpa!
Hey.
Want to play my new game with me?
Well, sure, I'd love to. Your new game.
Let's go. I got you.
Right off the
Get
road.
here. No.
I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you this time. Oh, yeah.
Sharing memories while staying connected. DTC Internet makes it all possible.
My name is Ashley Roth. My husband Caleb and I own Stain and Seal Experts based in Alexandria, and we are a DTC customer. Caleb grew up in the fence industry, so when we got married and wanted to do something on our own, it made sense for us to start staining fences and manufacturing fence and deck and log cabin stains. We manufacture our own stains that check all the boxes for us that we offer to our customers here locally as well as nationwide that buy our products. DTC services all of our phone systems. We also have their fiber internet. For our phone system to work is instrumental for us. We rely heavily on our internet and phone services from DTC. It means a lot to us that they're local, that they've always been local, and that we're able to support them, and their services give us what we need to support our customers. Hi, I'm Ashley, and that's the DTC difference.
This is one of those new segments we were kind of talking about earlier in the show. You know, technology speaks a lot of languages, and it's time to break that down and translate it a little bit for you and kind of let you know what some of that language means in real-world terminology. We're going to let Justin talk to us all about it in this new segment we call the Tech Translator.
Listen, we are all familiar with the term that I am about to refer to. So today we're going to be talking about the cloud.
Wow.
Now, not that cloud.
Okay.
Not this specific cloud.
Oh, okay.
Not a rain cloud and not a snow cloud. Not anything to do with weather, actually.
Okay.
It is very interesting, though, that when we say the cloud, most people know sort of what you're referencing. They may not know exactly what it means. But what is the cloud exactly? When you say, oh, is it in the cloud? I'm saving it to the cloud. I'm sending it to the cloud.
There's a difference between a cloud and the cloud.
Yes,
is that what you're saying?
Yes. It is not a cloudy day by any means when we're referring to the cloud. But in today's technology landscape, the cloud has become this, catch-all term that everybody uses when they are trying to refer to something. It's a digital space that is out there that's a storage space. Don't really know what it means, though.
Right.
What does it mean? What does it understand? If I was probably to ask my father, can you define what the cloud is? And if we were to go through and probably ask 10 different people, we'd probably get some varying language about what the cloud means. If you want to save now, and oftentimes on devices, if you go to save something, you have the choice of where you're going to save it. Used to, you always saved it on your local device. You saved it on that device. Maybe you had a flash drive plugged in. You saved it to your flash drive,
right,
or you saved it to an external disk.
But it was physically on you.
It was physically there. Yes, that was the only option you had.
Yeah.
And I am sure when we talk to Tim a little bit later, well, as long as he's been here, I'm sure he has some pretty good stories and insight into how the internet has changed.
Sure.
But now with the internet in 2026, and even before 2026, the cloud is taking on a whole new approach for how you can store things and access things. So instead of just having to save something on your local device, you can save it in the cloud. Now the cloud, it's just another device somewhere else. It's another storage solution somewhere else. It's another server somewhere else. It's not physically there with you, but you're connected to it through the internet.
Okay.
And somebody else has a server. Now it may be Amazon. It may be Microsoft. It may be Apple. Maybe Google. Those are all names that we know. They all have versions of the cloud that they have, where they have different services that you can access. What the cloud is, though, it's where you can access or save items that are not locally stored.
Okay.
So through the internet, you have the power. AI is a great example of that. Most people, when they access AI, usually through chatbots, they're typing everything in. Well, that AI isn't on your device. It's out there in the cloud,
right,
somewhere. And so you're typing and it's responding to you, and that it's showing up usually in a browser, in an app, and it's telling you, but all that is taking place in the cloud. It's on somebody else's device somewhere else. We hear the term data center, right? So it's probably a data center, an AI data center somewhere that's processing this. That's really the cloud. So you have access to it, but you're accessing it through the internet and accessing somebody else's. Now, really, if you want to think about it, all of the internet's the cloud. It's all information that is stored somewhere else that we're accessing. In simplest form, the cloud is the ability to access, to save, to download information, files, and data from a source that is not locally stored through the internet.
Okay. Can you have it locally on your device, but also have it in the cloud at the same time? Can it live in two places at once?
Absolutely. So, for instance, just a real world example, last night I shared a folder with a buddy of mine. I said, hey, I want you to have access to this folder. We're sharing some spreadsheets. And I told him, said, hey, I'm going to send you, it was through iCloud because I'm an Apple person. Here's this link. Make sure that you can open it. Can you see all the subfolders and everything that's in it? And he can. Now, that lives within my device, but it's also shared to where he can access it as well. You have sync is probably the best term that you'll see.
No, yeah, I've heard that.
Can you sync your files? And if you're using Dropbox, you'll see the green check mark. You'll have a green check mark, or it may be a red X, or you may have like a loading symbol depending upon what file storage that you're using that's in the cloud. And that'll tell you, hey, this is synced, this is not. But it's on your local device, but it syncs so that it is the same everywhere. On your device, in the cloud. Maybe you have it on a second or third device.
Okay. I like this new segment, the Tech Translator. You are translating tech for us. I appreciate that. That's not always easy to do, so...
Well, as technology has advanced, we semantic shift. Okay, let's throw a term out there. Semantic shift is something that it occurs. It has occurred throughout history.
Yeah.
But with technology, it's coming on faster than ever. With being able to understand the terms and what they mean, and really. We talked about what the cloud means today. In 2 or 3 years, the cloud may be different. We may have to do this again.
Let's just avoid those storm clouds.
We may have to translate what the cloud is again.
I think you may be onto something there, Justin. If so, we'll translate it at that time, right? And with me for this segment of the Local Click as we continue to speak with some of the folks at DTC who make a lot of great things possible. We're very lucky to have with us Mr. Tim Cantrell. Tim, the Outside Plant Supervisor with DTC. Thanks for being with us today, Tim.
Thank you for having me.
Kind of introduce yourself to everybody that may not know you. Tell me about you and your family and what you feel like makes Tennessee feel like home to you.
My name is Tim Cantrell, of course. I have been married to my wife, Tanya, this will be our 36th year. We have 3 sons, Zach, Kelby, and Eli Cantrell. We're residents here in Cannon County. We live in the Center Hill community. Hey, we love anything outdoors, and I just love being a part of a rural community.
As far as your journey with DTC, tell us about the different roles you've had in your long career here, as well as what your current job is.
Well, this being our 75th year, I am honored to say that, hey, I spent 30 of those 75 years I've got 30 of those 75 years in at DTC. I started out on the right-of-way crew, chainsaws, bush axe, bush hogs, hard manual labor. I done that for about 6 or 8 months, and an installer repairman job come open, and I signed for that. I got it. I stayed in that role for 2 or 3 years, and then I went to a cable splicing technician back in the copper days, and it was a very, very physically demanding job. You were out in the elements all day, every day, whether it be 100 degrees or 10 degrees. I enjoyed it. I loved it. And after that, I worked basically outside from right-of-way installer, cable splicer, and I worked my way up to outside plant supervisor, where I am supervising folks on jobs that I've done for 15, 16 years.
That's a unique perspective because you've been on both sides of that job now, right? You were the one performing the job at one time, and now you're the one kind of overseeing those repairs or those installations, make sure they're done correctly, right?
Yes, and you also have empathy for those employees.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you know what it's like to show up every day and work hard, to keep people's telephones working, their internet operating correctly.
What would you say is a typical work day for you?
I don't think there is a typical work day.
Okay.
And I think that's what makes this job so special. You really never know what you're coming into. I mean, I have seen some bad storms roll through and just come in expecting, to be slammed all day and not have nothing.
Right.
And then I've seen one crack of thunder or, one wind gust and think, hey, that was nothing. And come in and, people work 10, 15 hours that day trying to get things caught up.
Right.
So it's always been the unexpected. Sometimes it means long days. Sometimes it even meant long nights.
Yeah.
I spent several hours in a splicing trailer from 11 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, wow.
Because, if there was a maintenance or something, you would have to do it during those hours.
Right. So you're trying to minimize the disruption, I guess you might say.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about the importance of weather and the influence that has on just keeping everything going.
In the old days when it was all copper lines, the weather played a big part.
Yeah.
I mean, if it rained for 3 or 4 days, copper wires and water don't mix well together. With our new fiber optic network, fiber is almost impervious to everything except for ice and a tornado. We just seen what's happened in Davidson County. Ice can tear up anything, break poles, trees. But with fiber, that's the great thing about fiber. Even though it's just a strand of glass, that stuff is still very tough.
It is.
And unlike copper, fiber doesn't conduct electricity.
That's right.
So therefore, lightning doesn't affect it.
Yeah.
We still have some equipment to go bad at times in homes and stuff from lightning. But, most time it's just a power supply or something like that. The physical transport of that service is not getting affected by lightning.
What are some of the technology changes you've seen during your time here at DTC?
Oh, wow.
We could be here all day for that, right?
I'm proud you asked that. Actually, when I come to work at DTC, we were nothing but a telephone company.
That's right.
I can remember when it was long distance for Smithville to call Woodbury. That's how DTC survived back then. Mm-hmm. And right after I come in, when I was an installer, that was when the dial-up boom hit. We went from one phone line per house. There was customers that would have 3 and 4 telephone lines in their house, so 3 or 4 people could be connected to the internet at the same time through their,
through the dial-up modems.
Through the dial-up modems.
Yeah. So that was kind of the birthplace or the birth times of internet, really, in people's homes, right?
Yes, that was, and it was our boom time.
Yeah.
And after that, I got to see a little bit of the technology. You had ISDN that had come out. It would allow you to talk and be on the internet at the same time with ISDN.
Yeah.
It's still using a modem, but it had a talk channel and it had an internet channel. After that, hey, we started DSL. Mm-hmm. Our first speeds was 128 kilobits per second.
Which was blowing everybody away at the time, I'm sure, compared to some of the dial-up speeds people were used to.
Yes, I mean, it was double what you was getting on dial-up. Everybody thought, well, why will we ever need anything more than this? And then, then we went to 1 meg, 3 meg, then 10 meg. And even then at 10 meg, I said, why will anybody ever need more than 10 megabit of internet? And, you know, then we went VDSL over copper.
Yeah.
You know, 50 megabits. And I think, well, hey, this will always be enough. Well, then fiber comes along.
Yeah.
You know, when fiber come along, I think our first offerings of speeds was 100 megabits. And then as the electronics improved, we went to a gig. And then, you know, I'm sitting there thinking, well, surely this is the stopping point. Well,
not to be.
I was wrong again.
Yeah.
You know, then we started offering 2.5 gig, and now they're offering speeds of over 8 gig.
Right.
It's actually a 10 gigabit service, but with 10 gig, you've got just a little bit of overhead there. But you will see over 8 gig on that service.
That's a long ways away from the original dial-up days. That's for sure.
Well, and I will never doubt what people may want or need in the future.
Yeah.
I think 100 gig is coming.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time, isn't it?
Just a matter of time. If you look back at history, how it's gradually stepped up.
Right.
And the great thing about it is this network that we've built, the fiber optic network, it is only limited by the electronics.
Okay. So you don't have to replace the lines that you've run, the fiber optic lines that go overhead or underground or whatever, right?
No, sir. As they improve the electronics, the limits of the fiber, it's unlimited. I mean, it's only limited by the electronics you have on each end.
Okay.
And as that demand goes up, you know, they're going to improve those electronics just like they have over the years.
Sure.
When we started at 100 meg, now we're offering 10 gig. So 100 gig over fiber won't be a problem with the proper electronics.
In other words, the investment that DTC has made by going fully fiber optic is going to pay off for a long, long time because you don't have to replace that path anymore, right? You just replace what's on
that is
connected
correct.
on both sides of it.
That
right?
is correct.
That's pretty awesome. So I think it's definitely a game changer in us being fully fiber optic. And what kind of results are you seeing from that changeover from us going from that copper technology to being fully fiber powered?
I think you see a lot more people working from home now.
Yeah.
You know, because their home internet is just as good as in this rural area as what they would have in an office building, you know, in downtown Nashville.
Sometimes better.
Yes,
I've
and
heard
sometimes
some say
a lot better.
Yeah.
So, you know, that improves people's quality of life, not having to make that daily commute to wherever that office may be.
Sure. That conversion from the copper technology to fiber optics. Talk about some of those challenges that you saw.
You know, we started this and it was like an 8 or 10 year plan, and I think we finished it in like 6. So we really had our foot on the gas the entire time.
Yeah.
Because we know that the demand was there, and we know this was where we needed to be. There was times that, you know, we would have 20 people doing installs in a day. And, you know, those 20 people may be doing 3 installs. So, you know, it wasn't uncommon to have 40 to 50 installs a day. So if you're going in 40 to 50 people's houses a day, you're not going to make 100% of them happy.
Right.
So there was a lot of going back, making it right, whether it be in a yard or the way a wire was run or things like that. But that's one thing that we have always done, and I myself have always took it personal. And I've always prided myself on being able to resolve a customer's problem.
That's one thing I personally know about you is you do truly take care of the customer. So, and I'm sure those roots run deep from probably some of the other people, maybe from when you started here. Maybe you picked up on some of those things from others. I don't know. Or maybe it's just built in to who you are. Maybe it's a little bit of both, Tim. I don't know. But
I think it's in my DNA a little bit. But I believe to be a good employee at DTC, you've got to have that servant heart.
Yeah.
You've got to care about people. And I was blessed to have been trained by a man here at DTC. His name was James Hayes. And he truly cared about the people in this community. I have seen him fix leaking water lines for people on his own time as we found them while we were working.
Oh, wow.
I have seen him take groceries to widow women after we had went in their house, and he just looked around and thought maybe the cupboards might be a little bare. I've seen him walk in the phone store here and deposit or put $30 on 4 or 5 people's telephone accounts to basically pay their bill for that month.
Wow.
And I seen that as a young man. And I think that affected how I am today with the customers and caring. James was just he was truly a great man.
Yeah. The way we do business here at DTC, us being a cooperative, it's just a little bit different. How would you say that cooperative business model is different from, maybe some of the other competitors that we have in the internet space?
Well, we care. I think all employees from the top to the bottom, they truly care. And, if you've got problems, you call us, we're coming out that day. It's not going to be next week, next month. We're coming.
That's right.
If there is a dire need after hours, we're coming. DTC as a whole, that's how we made up.
Are there any stories you can think of that kind of reinforce how we're made, where you like maybe specific stories? I don't want to mention any names of customers, but people that you've helped through the years where you feel like you went above and beyond to try to solve a situation for someone.
Fixing our services is easy. I mean, if you've been doing it 30 years, that's easy. That part's easy. It's the other things.
You kind of get a hang of it after 30 years, right, Tim?
Yes. And it's the other things that you do that goes a long way.
Right.
If you see someone with a flat tire and you stop and help them change that tire, or you're at a little old lady's house and you notice her gutter's full, you've already got the ladder off the truck hanging a line or whatever, and you just clean her gutters out. Hey, I've done it. Might not should be on this saying that, but right. Hey, I've done it.
Yeah.
Get people's cows out of the road. I've done it. I mean, it's just part of serving the community.
I know we talked about faster speeds. Is that kind of just, you just see it continuing to move forward at a breakneck pace, or how do you see it, Tim?
Yes. Everybody's hearing about AI. And I think there's going to be a lot of good things from AI. I think there's going to be a lot of bad things from AI. But I think it will still be something that a tool that everybody will be able to use to make their life a little better, to save a little time.
You've been here a long time. I know your work ethic. I know you as a person. What has it meant for you to be a part of DTC for all of these years?
Well, it's changed my life. I mean, it provided a very good life for me and my family. There was times that, hey, I missed ball games. I missed family events. I've been out on New Year's Eve. I've been out on Christmas Day. I've been out on Christmas Eve. I've been out on every holiday that you can think of. I've went 3 days before without seeing my family. But DTC is a great place to work. And I am proud to say, this being my 31st year, I had 30 in January. I am proud to say that I've been a part of everything that we've done here.
But Tim, we're proud that you're a part of it too, and we're extremely lucky to have you. It's people like Tim that make things work here, and we're really proud to call you friend and coworker, and we're proud of that DTC spirit that you truly embody to everybody you're around. So thanks for all you do, Tim.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate you, Nick.
Thank you. Everybody stay tuned. We've got more of the show coming up here in just a moment.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We've deployed a high-speed network that helps the best and the brightest enjoy better lives in our smart rural community. Great small businesses provide jobs that help workers earn a good living and provide for their families while strengthening local economies. We deploy fiber internet that helps those businesses succeed. Great doctor and patient relationships create bonds that lead to healthier lives. We deliver secure connections so every home and rural healthcare provider can connect to the best healthcare options. Great schools help knowledge-hungry students learn, think creatively, and follow their passions. We've built the network that helps their dreams take off. Great farmers provide the food that sustains and nourishes our nation and the world. We keep those farmers connected to the technology that ensures their crops can thrive. We've planned, engineered, and constructed a cutting-edge communications network. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Do you know what room the router's in? I can't get onto my Zoom meeting.
Try it in our spacious new family room.
Okay. Still not working.
Try it in our beautiful backyard.
Still nothing!
Your new home checked everything off your list, except for internet from DTC.
Oh, come on!
Sign up at dtccom.net for fast and reliable internet.
The new segment on the Local Click we hope you enjoy. We're going to take a walk down memory lane, if you will, and we're going to talk about some things that kind of were around in the world before the internet. We're going to talk about things before the Wi-Fi.
I remember a few years ago at church, I finally convinced them to take the GPS unit out of the church van because we weren't using it anymore.
Yes.
Because there was no need to use it anymore because it served its purpose. I even remember updating it at one point. We had to get the most up-to-date maps on this GPS unit.
That's right.
And now everybody has GPS in their pockets with their phones. And you have a Maps app. But when you say maps to somebody, oh, have you looked at maps? They don't pick up and unfold a map, a Rand McNally map that you would pick up at the gas station when you were traveling.
Yes.
Again, they pull their device out and they go, oh, let me go to the Maps app here real quick and see.
Right.
See where that's at. If I go to give directions to somebody now, I either give them the address or I put a pin drop within the app and say, oh, here's how you get here. I don't have to explain. That's not always the way that it used to be.
So you're saying before the Wi-Fi, it was a little different?
Before the Wi-Fi, things were different. We had real maps. When I started driving, we had already advanced beyond paper maps to the internet and MapQuest. But
oh yeah, MapQuest.
I remember when I was younger going into a gas station, and Rand McNally's what pops in my mind. There may have been other brands. We would go on family trips. You know, we would have to have the map. And I remember Dad sitting there with it over the steering wheel and like, okay, where are we at right now? And where we're trying to go. And we got to find this road. This is the road that the map is showing that we need to go on.
Right.
And you better hope you didn't miss that road because then you were disoriented after the fact. There was no rerouting. Perform a U-turn.
That's the bad part. When you would miss the road, you didn't even know you missed the road half the time.
Yes,
so yeah.
But I really don't remember what it was like driving before my phone would tell me that there was an accident or that there was traffic or, hey, we need to reroute you, and it's going to save you 45 minutes by taking this route because of something. There's a trouble spot up ahead.
Yeah. We just went the wrong ways.
See what you did there.
Just stay tuned each month for this because this is going to be a fun segment, I think. So, but we don't want to leave out one of the segments we've been doing for a long time because there's always so much new and fun changing things going on. And that's where we let Justin talk all about it in his feature called Tech News Roundup.
So Samsung has released a flip phone, and flip phones aren't new. They haven't taken off as much as people thought. They've introduced a trifold phone where there is a center screen and there's two other screens that unfold to either side. And it makes about a 10-inch screen in total when it unfolds. Now, what's interesting about this, and they just released this on January 30th, it sold out in minutes.
Really?
Not hours, not days, in minutes. And Samsung did not partner with any carriers for this. They sold it directly off their website only. No trade-ins allowed either.
So if you want it, you buy it from them and you just pay full price and they ship it to you.
Yeah, you know how much full price is though?
I'm afraid to ask. I don't know.
$2,900.
You're kidding me.
$2,900.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Which is what amazes me by the fact that it sold out in minutes.
Why don't you just saw your iPhone in half and save like $2,800?
Or I could just buy a couple of these.
Yeah, tape them together.
Yeah, just put them together and we'll see what happens.
There you go.
And then the last thing is there's a little bit of a leak, an unintentional leak in a video where Google's new operating system for Android has been leaked. Now, they had already announced it, Aluminum OS. It was already announced, but we got our first unintentional look at it because it was leaked in a video, and they are merging Android as a mobile device and Chrome OS, which was on Chromebooks, into one operating system.
Oh, okay.
So instead of having multiple operating systems, Aluminum OS is going to be the replacement. So they're going to have a unified operating system across the board, which means if you're developing, for one device, you don't have to develop for another. Because one of the things that Android has had difficulty with versus some others is what's called fragmentation, which means there's so many options of hardware and software revisions and stuff that when you're developing, it's harder to develop.
It's hard to test for all those different
if I've only got to test for 10 or 20 things versus I've got to test for 100 to 200 things,
sure.
it makes a big difference. So this will help simplify in that regard by giving them a unified approach. And for the consumers, that's a benefit because if it's easier on the manufacturing side or the programming side to develop for, that means you're going to reap the benefits because you're going to have access to more apps and more opportunities and updates and features. And so that's all we got today. If you will notice, I intentionally this month did not mention AI.
I'm proud of you, Justin. I knew you could do it. Appreciate it very much. Enjoy the tech news as always. And, that's almost a wrap for this month. Oh, and by the way, as far as where DTC will be during the month of February, I don't want to leave before I let everybody know that. We will actually be set up at the Southern Home and Garden Expo show, which will be on Friday and Saturday, February 13th and 14th at the Farm Bureau Expo Center in Lebanon, Tennessee. So I hope if you can, you'll come out and say hello to us. It's a really fun show, and we have a lot of people always set up at that every year. So hopefully they'll come in and talk to us and have a good time. And one thing about going to Lebanon is there's always something to do. Even if you don't find what you want at that show, there's a restaurant or two in town you could probably hit. So, but I think that's going to do it for the month of February. Justin, thanks for everything. Appreciate everything you do and all your help with the segments. And I also want to thank all of our guests this month and Randolph's 1320 and Tim Cantrell with DTC. And we want to thank you for listening and for watching. and say that we'll be back next month with a brand new episode. And we hope you have a wonderful month of February.
Learn more about the show by visiting us online at thelocalclick.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcast or video platform so you won't miss our next episode of The Local Click. See you next month.